Welcome students, welcome to the lecture number 13 of MySQL revision tour. Basically in our MySQL revision tour I have completed your two chapters, that is chapter number 7 and chapter number 8. Okay, so this is the last video of SQL. So we have learned about many concepts in the SQL, and the last concept which is left is basically joins. Okay, so today we are going to cover joins in SQL. So what is basically joins in SQL? So over here the definition is given that an SQL join is basically a query that fetches data from two or more tables. Okay, till now we have just used a single table for the query. Okay, and yes, in the relational algebra we learned about the Cartesian product and the union operation. In that table, in that cases we have included more than one table, but there is one more case, that is joins. In this in the join sections also we use two or more tables with us. So an SQL query, an SQL join is basically a query that fetches data from two or more tables whose records are joined with one another based on the conditions. So basically the data of both the tables are joined together on the basis of a specific condition which is given by the user. Okay, so let me show you an example of join, and we will run some queries based on the joining function. So suppose we have two tables with us. The first one is the course table, okay, which contains the information of the courses conducted by the college. Okay, so over here there are four courses. One is BCA, another one is BBA, MBA and the BTech. These are the codes of those courses and these are the duration of those courses. There are one more table also, that is called as course ID. In the course ID we have roll number, name, address and course ID. I have shown you in the previous videos also that we have created a relationship between these two tables. In the table, this course ID is basically the primary key. Okay, in this table course ID is basically the primary key, whereas in the student table this roll number is treated as the primary key. Okay, now we established a relationship between the course ID of the course table with the course ID of the student table. So once this relationship is established, the course ID present in the student table becomes the foreign key. Okay, so we have created these tables and I have shown you the command for creating these tables in the previous lecture also. So now how the concept of join can be used with these two tables. So there are two condition cases, okay, which shows that we can combine the data of these two tables, right? So suppose if someone asks me that display the student name and the course name and the duration of all students. Okay, so the query is that we have to show the student name and then the name in which, and then the name of the course in which the student is enrolled, and also the time duration of that course also. So when you see both the tables, you can see the student name is present over here. Okay, the student name is present in the table student, but course name and duration, they are not present in the student table, they are present in the different table, that is the course. So in this query we are going to see the data of two different tables, because the name field belongs to the table student, and whereas a CNAME and duration field belongs to the course table. So the first situation is that when in a query it is given to you to display data of two different tables, then it means that it is a case of join. Okay, so remember one thing, whenever in a query it is given that you have to display data of two different tables. Okay, so in that case you have to know that you have to apply join condition in this case. So let me do this question for you. So for that, first of all, I open the SQL. This is my MySQL command line. I write the just wait. I write the password, okay, and activate my database that is named as company. So the database is activated. In that, let me see the names of the table. So show tables which are present in this database. So we have course, eco, employee, IP, sample, student. These are the names of the table. So over here we have a course table with us, we have a student table with us, okay. So let me, these two are the tables which is present, okay. And what I have to do, I have to write the answer of this questions by considering these two tables, right. So let me write the answer of this question. That over here it is given that we have to display the record. So obviously we have to write the command select, okay. Now after select, what I have to display? I have to display the name of the student. So the field which is used to store the name of the student is basically name. So I simply write name over here, comma, and then I have to show the course name, and the course name is given in the other table, that is course, and the field which is used for storing the course name is basically C name. So I written C name over here, comma, and after that one more field is required, the duration. So duration, okay. So we have to display the data of only these three fields, okay. Out of these three fields, name belongs to the student field and the CNAME duration belongs to the course field. After that we write from, because once we have written the names of the field, then what we have to do? We have to write the name of the table from which these fields are used, okay. So the name of the table, because right now we are displaying the data from the two different tables, that's why we have to write the name of both the tables. So the first is name. Name belongs to the table student, so we'll write the name of the student table, comma, and the other data belongs to the next table, that is course. So we have written the name of both the tables. And remember one thing, whenever you specified the name of two tables, then you have to do one thing, and that thing is that you have to equate the common field of both the tables. Now which one is the common field of both the tables? That is course ID. You can see that the course ID 101, 102, 103, 104, and similarly the students belonging to the different courses will get the course ID of the respective course, okay. So this course ID and this course ID are same, so we have to equate both these. But suppose if I write like this, COU ID is equal to COU ID, so this statement is quite illogical, that we are comparing COU ID with COU ID. Again, we don't know that COU ID belongs to which table, okay. So in this case, if we just write like this, so it is an incomplete information. What we have to do, we have to write like this, student dot COU ID is equal to course dot COU ID, okay, and we will simply close it and press enter. So now you can see that, okay, now you can see that we are getting the names of the names of the students, and the course name in which they are enrolled, and the duration of that course. You can see the first name is Alicia. Alicia is studying in course with course ID 102, and 102 is basically the BBA. So you can see that Alicia is in BBA course, right? Kashish 101. So 101 is basically BCA course, so that's why Kashish is BCA. Sumit is basically in 103 course, and 103 refers to the MBA course, so Sumit is in MBA course. So you can see that this query fetches the data from both the tables, okay, and this is basically the command for it. Now you remember that when I start telling you about the Cartesian product, I have explained you about the Cartesian product now. So at that time I told you that Cartesian product is basically used in join cases. So let me tell you that how this will work, and what will be the answer of this query, and how it is obtained. Okay, so let me show you this. Suppose we have written a query over here that just wait, let me add a notepad over here and just make it in a small in size. Okay, so you know that I have written a query that select name, comma, cname, comma, and duration from student, student, comma, course. Okay. Then I write where clause with me. Let me expand it a little more. And where student dot couid is equal to course dot couid. Okay. Let's do one thing. Just reduce the size of the command by using this font option. So let me decrease this size to 18. Okay, so now this command is visible, right? Okay, so what happened in this command? Whenever you process this command, so first a Cartesian product is performed between these two tables, that is student and course. So when internally a Cartesian product like this is performed with these two tables, right, in which the record of each student is combined with the each and every course, right? So you can see that over here 101 we have a course from 101 to 104 and it is combined with all the roll number 1 record, and again all the courses are combined with the roll number 2 records, then all the courses are combined with roll number 3 records. Now let me see that this is basically the Cartesian product which is executed, which is performed, which is obtained when the system combines these two tables. Okay, so once these two tables, when this table is created by the Cartesian product, after that what the system will do, system will check these equality, this condition in this table. So wherever the student.course ID becomes equal to the course.course ID, then only from that record these three values will be obtained. So now you can see that over here the course ID is 101, but over here the course ID is 102, so they are not equal. But when you move to the next record, the course ID is 102 and over here the course ID is also 102. So this record matches, okay, because you see that these three fields belong to the course table, whereas these three fields belong to the student table. So the course ID of the student is basically equal to the course ID of the course. So in this case, Alicia and the BBA course and the duration of that course 3 is shown. But when it moves to the next record, the course ID is 102 and over there is 103. It is in the next, so it will be rejected. Okay, in the next one the course ID is 102 and in the same record course ID is 104. So this one is also rejected. So when it moves to the next record, in this record the course ID is 101 and in the same over here it is given 101. So obviously this record will be accepted, and from this record the name of the student, that is Kashish, the name of its course, her course and duration will be obtained. So in this way the system will reject the record, and those records which satisfies the given condition will be data from those records will be shown in the query, in the output, right? So if we move forward, then we can see that in the next record it is 101 but it is 102, so this one is also rejected. Next 101 but over here it is 103, so this one is also rejected. This one is also rejected because over here it is 101 but if you move on here it is 104. Now in the next one is 103. but you can see that over here it is 101, so this record is also rejected. Okay, similarly the second record is also rejected because it is 103 over here and over there it is 102. But the next record, in this the course ID 103 and that course ID matches with the course ID of this one. So this record matches. So that's why the name of Sumit and the name of the course, that is MBA, and the duration 2 years, is displayed as a result. So what is basically I'm going to tell you in this case, whenever we write the two tables in our command, okay, the system will first perform a Cartesian product between these two tables internally. So he obtained the Cartesian product of these two tables, and once he obtained the Cartesian product of these two tables, then he checks this condition in the Cartesian product, and those records which satisfies this condition, it will obtain data from those records only. Okay, so we have seen that the condition is that when the first case is that when you want to display the fields from the different table, okay, in that case you will use the concept of join, right? And there is another case. Suppose it is written that display the student name, that is the name of the student and the address of all students. Okay, so we have to display the name and address of all students. So in this case you can see that we have to display the data of student table, right? Because over here it is written that display the student name and the address of all students. So student name and address both are present in the student table. Okay, but when you read the command further, it is written that who are studying in the course BCA. But the information that the course is BCA, where this BCA is written? BCA is written in the course name of this table. So in this case, we have to display the data of a particular table from. Okay, we have to display the data only from the particular table. But the condition which is used, the field which is used in that condition belongs to the other table. Okay, so second case is that we have to display the fields of one table, but the fields which are used in the condition belongs to the other table. So in this situation also we are going to use the concept of join. Okay, so let me execute this command for you. Now it is written display, so I will write select, and what I have to display, student name. So over there it is given name and the address, so I have written address, that's all. From, but now I will write the name of the table, that is student, but along with that I have to also write the name of the table, that is course. Why? Because a field from the course table, that is CNAME, is going to be used in the condition, so that's why I have to write this name of this table also. So as I have told you earlier, that whenever you write the names of two tables, then a condition must be used in the table, and that is the join, equating the common fields of both the tables. So whenever you are using the two tables, always remember that you have to write a condition, compulsory condition in that, and that condition is to equate the common fields of both the table. So student dot couid is equal to course dot couid, and one more thing is that the course name should be BCA. So CNAME is equal to BCA. Okay, so we have written this command, and because we have specified course over here, that's why it is not showing me any error in this case, because CNAME belongs to the course table, and I have already specified the name of that table in the table list in this command. So when I press enter, I will get the record as that only Kashish belongs study in the BCA course. You can watch it over here. The BCA course code is 101, and out of all these students, only Kashish is having the code 101. That's why in the answer of this query you are getting the record of Kashish only. So just simply write down this query. Okay. So these are the two cases where you have to apply the concept of joins. What are those two cases? I will repeating once again. Whenever you want to display fields, data of the fields of different tables, whenever you want to display data of the fields of different tables, then you will use join. The second case is that if you want to display the data of the fields of a one table, but the condition which is used in this case, the field which is used in the condition, that belongs to the different table. Okay, it means you have to display the fields of one table, but the field which is required in the condition belongs to the other table. In that case also you will have to use join. All right, so I hope it is clear to you that how we are going to use the join. And remember one thing, whenever you write the name of the two tables like this, student and course, then a compulsory condition that the common field equating condition must be present in the where clause. You can't forget this condition, otherwise you have seen that when we specify two tables, then obviously the system performs the Cartesian product. But if we don't specify this condition, then from where the system will obtain the valid records. So this condition is must, right? So that's all for today. Now I will give you a little demonstration that how you are going to make your SQL file. Okay, so suppose first you have to open the MS Word software for you. So I'm opening an MS Word software. Okay, so so after opening the MS Word software, you will first write the question. Suppose the question one is I will write the display name, comma, course name and duration of all students. Okay, so this is basically the question. First you will write the question, and then when you move to the SQL, you have executed this command, okay, and you get this result. What you have to do, you have to take the print screen of it. So I am taking the print screen, okay. And after taking the print screen, what you have to do, you have to copy that print screen in MS Word. So now you get the print screen of that, but you can see that there are many other things are also displayed because you have taken the screenshot of the screen. So what you will do, you will simply click on it. When you click on it, these square boxes appears on all the sides. So what you have to do, at the top you see there is a picture tool, that is format. Just click on it, and over here it is a crop option. Just click on the crop option. Once you click on the crop option, you can see that these black marks appears and all the sides. Okay, so what you have to do, you have to just place your mouse pointer on this black spot, and when the T mark appears, just press the mouse and start cropping it. Okay, so over here also you can do the same thing, and if you want to crop from this side, you can also crop, and then you click enter. So now your result is available with you. Okay, so this is the basically your result. And suppose, as you see that some part of my screen goes at the right side and I can't move it on that side. So what you have to do, you have to simply click it, go to the position option, and in the not in the position option, after selecting it, go to this wrap text option and then click square. So when you click square, you can easily move this image anywhere, and if you want, you can increase the size of it. All right, so once this is completed, then you will move to the question number 2. Okay, in this way you have to prepare your SQL file, and whatever questions I have given to you, you have to perform all those questions in SQL, and simultaneously you have to prepare your SQL file in this way. Okay, so I hope you understand that what you have to do. So thank you very much, and have a nice day.